Welcome into another episode of Path of Champions. Since we are just done with Ari, I decided that we should start Kennen, and I've noticed that some people wanted to see how Gangplank goes. And so with Kennen, I will show you one time why I don't record Gangplanks. When I beat them, I think that up to Gangplank is where you should be going by your own. If you can't beat Gangplank on your own within a few tries, you should keep practicing until you get the whole idea of playing. You get to learn how to create your own decisions, right? As opposed to learning how to build around it. I know building is still a big factor. However, I think it is a little easy to beat Gangplank. That does not mean that I will not be also showing this. I believe that Gangplank is one of the most fun places, since it is easy enough but still kind of challenging that you can build a crazy deck around it. For example, my starting power here was an epic one, which means that I start every time that I summon, I am able to grant all my keywords to the other units on the field. So because Kennen and his deck has a lot of impact, you can see there that my impacts actually grow. Not only that, but the cool thing about impact units is the moment that they are summoned, they grant impact on themselves again since it stacks. And so every impact unit technically has 2 impacts. I think that's one of the most kind of broken little things that I've seen in Path of Champions that I might actually want to use in my competitive play. Maybe there's something that I can do with that with Zoe impact. But outside of that, you saw that I was able to beat the first person rather quickly. I was able to snag myself a Loping Telescope, and I was able to snag myself another Lux. So then I'm able to now go into this match. I'm so sorry about that little pause. I was able to go into this with that Lux, and you can see that I am just trying to figure out how I should open up against this Jagged Butcher, since their main thing is that all units now have Plunder. If you summon them, we now get a +1/+1. I'm glad I was able to get my 1-drop unit, but I passed since I rather use him as a chump blocker, right? The other cool thing with Tornado Warrior is that the moment you summon them and they get that random keyword, it grants it to other units. But that's not the cool thing. The cool thing is that when it's recalled, it gets a new keyword, and so not only do you get that, but now you're also able to grant another keyword to most people. Like for example, here I got that they were now able to get Spell Shield. If I bounce back my Spell Shield unit and summon more units, then that not only grants it Spell Shield, but now will grant it 2 things. I take that damage because at this point it's totally okay to take 2 damage. And you can see here again, I drag them out so they can all get elusive. And then I summon Kennen so that way they can all get quick attack. I think I should have done it the other way, but that's totally okay since my 2-drop elusive is gonna get quick attack anyway. And again, now that I recalled back the lifesteal unit now, and it had tough before, now it grants 2 keywords to all my people, making this one of the most broken card combos in the game, right? I have weak units that are able to be summoned, and check this out. Ooh, I use that Remembrance, which gives me that Dragon, which coincidentally gives me another 2 keywords per unit. Now I'm trying to see what should I use. I decided to bounce her back because my understanding was that when she is recalled, she grants she keeps all her keywords, which is actually the opposite. She actually keeps only the keywords that she granted herself. And you can see here, because I summoned 2 impact units, not only do my impact units get double impact stacked on top of them, they grant 2 impact to all of my units as well. And so this, like I said again, this deck with this kind of thing is insane. Look at the impact damage. I believe I was able to do 20 damage with just impact, right? That's outside of Nexus being hit. right? And it makes it just so much easier. I'm starting to see, well, maybe Ribbon Dancer can be really good. Maybe I should get the Trifarian for Fearsome. But I think it's totally okay right now to just get Ziggs, since I want low cost units for Gangplank to be able to kill their powder kegs as soon as possible. I'm contemplating whether to get War Mother's Call or Pokestick, but as you can see in my matches recently, the Pokestick is actually a lot faster. They're able to draw my units and I will have more mana, whereas the War Mother's Call, because a lot of my units are pretty weak, I don't really want to spend 12 mana for that, right? Not only that, but I also got the Concerted Strike since my units are somewhat weak in the beginning, right? You can see here, I'd rather have the Concerted Strike just in case they are able to summon up a pretty beefy unit. Again, they're able to grant tough. I don't know what's with my 2-drops giving me that tough, but hey, look, it works out. I'm able to block the girl that summons the powder keg, and my 1-drop is able to survive one more round. I bring her back, I recall her, giving now my 1-drop tough and elusive, and now I'm able to go elusive's attack, kill them all. And if I don't draw a unit, I'm able to just drop down that 2-drop, right? Check this out. Not only do they get tough, now they're also able to get overwhelmed, which is a pretty good keyword. They are going in with some powder monkeys. I'm looking at my life. Something that you should keep in mind with Gangplank is that they end up having a lot of damage to your Nexus, so don't worry too much about that. Try to just make sure to keep note of that. Either get some sort of lifesteal, get some heal, but because it's still pretty easy, you don't necessarily need to worry too much. Again, here it is. Get that impact, grants impact on itself again, and it stacks so it has double impact. Now from here I have 2 elusives, which bam, bam, brings them down to 13. I don't want to use my units right now. Check out what Lux does. Summons, boom, grants barrier on everything, right? What else can we ask for Lux, right? At this point, it's pretty impossible for them to come back, even if they have units to build back from this. What possibly can they do? I'm totally okay. I want to end the round as fast as possible. I'm thinking, should I bounce this back, or should I bounce back the other unit that grants an extra 2 impact on everything? I'd rather bounce back that, since it gives me a random keyword, which might give me, you know, I got impact, quite funnily, but maybe we were to get a lifesteal or a quick attack, right? And just like that, overwhelm, impact, does its job, insane amount of damage. This deck turned into a very, very strong mid-range deck. I would be surprised if any of the games got to mana 10 where I was struggling. It was probably more that I draw out the game specifically to try and get lifesteal somehow, right? You can see that I'm really picking up that go get it, since it heals my Nexus a little bit, right? That's really all I care about. And then we go back into this. Now we're going to beat Swain, which deals 1 to my Nexus. Again, this is a very Nexus damage heavy path. And so keep that in mind while you're playing this. Make sure you have a little bit of heal throughout. I have a Pokestick, or I have that Tornado Warrior. Should I draw the Kennen and take the damage? I believe I use the Kennen, since then I still have enough mana for a Pokestick. And this is why I want to use the Kennen and the Pokestick as opposed to the Tornado Warrior. Since I draw Kennen, their unit gets the mark, right? Kennen's mark. I summon this to give it a random keyword. It gives it overwhelm, which is actually very good for my boy Kennen here. Now it has a 3/2 overwhelm, and if it comes down to it, I might be able to sacrifice it to use my remembrance. I can even use go get it so I can get another Kennen or even another Tornado Warrior, since its effect is when I am summoned, grant them a random keyword. And because it is an exact copy, it also gets its keywords as well. So if we had something with impact, you know, it would like triple the impact value. But we just keep on going. We see what we can get. Maybe we want to start putting even more pressure with the fist here. So that's exactly what I do. Now we have impact pressure. I'm starting to see if they want to block any of this. Bam, look at that. 15 damage with 3 units, all under 3 mana. The moment they summon their Swain, do I have anything? Yes, I will. I will use that. And then I will use the retreat, if I remember correctly, to be able to block that damage and be able to deal some damage towards the Swain. Then I have that 1-drop card. The reason why is I don't want the Swain to level up as fast as possible, and in case they do use the flock on my boy that's going to be recalled right now, it still blocks the attack from Swain. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, well, if they have the flock, they're gonna use it and it's going to die, so I'd rather use it here, kill that dude, and in response be able to summon this. Now everything has lifesteal, and at this point I saw, okay, I just got lucky with the lifesteal, but at this point it doesn't even matter. Whoever Swain blocks, I will recall it back. That's my idea right now. Alright, it's gonna block this. Alright, I'm gonna recall that, give it an extra, summon an exact copy of it. Check this out. This is one of the coolest things that you'll see right now. Right? Recalls it, summons an exact version, and gives everyone more impact. And with that, check this out one more time. I'm going to retreat this just to make sure that they're not attacking with any overwhelm. They're able to die with their own dude's effect. Please summon it. Boom. Gives everyone impact as well. Now my Kennen is a monster with a 1-unit thing. And I believe now I summon the Lux to be able to grant everyone a barrier so I can be able to block. And from here is GG. What else can they do but see all my barrier people, right? They're able to block 1. But with the Kennen out here, the impact, right? Even if they block, they're perfect health, so he can't flock, right? He can flock that guy, he can kill the Kennen. But check this new thing out. The Go Get It summons Kennen, which gives an extra impact to my Tornado Warrior. My Tornado Warrior now has 2 impact, and bam, kills the Swain. Like I said, very broken combo, very fun deck to build. We go and we get, I believe, the Sky Shadow, since you can see that we get the Fury for an extra keyword. It's a 2-drop anyway, so now if my Kennen or anyone else that decides to stay on the field for longer, for example Lux or Ziggs, they also get that Fury from that 2-drop, right? We got everything that's pretty good so far. We have the Sky Shadow. The other thing that I got was, if I remember correctly, I got Share the Bounty, which means that they start with a +1 for every card I draw, if I remember correctly. Which, you know, just makes it a little bit stronger for my units, which, you know, it's not something that I'm too worried about, but you know, it's a good thing overall. You can see me trying to think, should I recall this? Should I not? I'm not too sure if I should. I decided to just kind of beat the that bird up for a little while, and see what else they can do. At this point now, I can use this on reactions. Oh, I remember now my ability. My ability is that if I target a single unit or with a spell, then I copy that spell to my weakest unit. It doesn't really matter too much in this one, to be quite honest, but I thought maybe the Go Get It can have some good synergy here, right? Check this out. I see that I'm not really gonna get it that much value on it, to be quite honest, so why would I use it? It's not like they already have regeneration. I already have Fury here. I don't really think I need anything else, so I'm just gonna keep on going, get that Loping Telescope, to get that quick attack boy. He does a pretty good job right in the next few turns right here that you'll see. I think I'm going to summon him, get all of them into a quick attack, so now they're able to beat up the powder kegs to give me an extra fury bonus. And because some of them are already elusive, you know, it just only works out better. Now I have 2 elusive quick attacks. One of them grows to a 5-3. The other one you'll see right now, I might want to retreat it. Yes, sir. I use it. Then I use that return to resummon him back to grant elusive on my other guy. And now that it has fearsome, you know, brings back that, gives fearsome to all the units. Look at the impact. This is amazing. And by recalling that 5-drop again, it's only going to give impact to 2 units again. And because of that, you know, most of my units are actually pretty strong now. You can see that with just so many great keywords, this deck becomes really, really insane. Summoning that double impact granting now gives a lot of them 4 impact, right? And again, now it's all elusive. If they can somehow survive this, you know, props to them. Because next turn I would have summoned that 5 guy again, and now everyone has 6 impact, right? I'm trying to, at this point, I'm just on the hunt for keywords. Anything has a keyword, I'm getting it. Navori had a keyword, I'm getting it, right? This shop, tell me your opinions. Does anyone ever get those shops where things are very cheap, but they have a bad mark to them, like a nerf? I've never once used it, but if you guys have, please let me know. The other thing I picked up on the store is, again, more keywords. My Thunder Fist now has tough. Very good job there. The reason why is, now what are they going to do when it's summoning it's giving impact to all my units, and then on top of giving me all those units, it also is giving them tough. Right? Now I'm looking for the Loping Telescope. What am I going to get? I'm just going to get a messenger to be able to build for next turn. Be able to let me draw and use tough. Right? I summon this, which grants itself tough twice. And I'm going to attack. You know, even if I wasn't able to beat that, and the Riptide Rex is dealing 2, with its tough, it will now only be dealing 1, right? I summon this, which now makes it a Fury, even if they try to pull it in with the Octopus. The Messenger can also drop down if I really wanted to, or I can save that mana to recall one of my units and be able to deal 2 to anything. I decide to deal 2 to the elusive, since I'm going to be hitting Gangplank really soon, right? I'm also getting a little lucky with the Riptide Rex not hitting my units, but that's totally okay. They use that one dude that kills me. It's like a smaller version of the Riptide Rex, like the baby version. And then I use now my Messenger to draw. Totally okay if they're able to take their damage, because I just want to lower all their units down so that the Riptide Rex random effect has a chance of killing them. So as long as they have under 3 health, I'm okay with sacrificing my units. You can see that I'm thinking about using Lux to give it barrier, but honestly, I'd rather just give them a lot of impact. Check out my 2 lifesteal, my 2-3 lifesteal impact Fury, right? I'm going to be bringing back my 5 cost, just so I can continuously granting impact to my units. You're gonna see me, should I use Fury, or should I first grant them impact and then grant them Fury? That's basically what I'm thinking about right now. Look at that, 6 impact, 3-4 with Fury. Do I want to use Fury for everything else? I'm thinking they're probably gonna block the correct way, so they'll never get their Fury off. So instead, I just keep using these huge impacts. Boom, brings them back down to 10. And the cool thing is that I'm totally okay with them having a slightly wider board in the beginning, since the Riptide Rex random effect makes it so that they they have a bigger chance of them getting hit by it, right? Getting hit by that 2 mark. Now I'm building a bigger board. I give everyone a spell shield, which, you know, at this point it doesn't even matter. I use the spell shield just so I can have a wider board at this point, since I know that this is going to be the last turn that I potentially have in order to beat them. And with the Navori giving everything elusive and barrier, it is GG for them. Easy game, right? Very, very easy victory. You can see why I don't like filming the Gangplanks. A lot of them go very similar to this. Either I become a drawing maniac, I get really good keywords. For example, Timo was giving like 150 mushrooms in the deck at like turn 4, right? Which is why I don't really like to film the Gangplank runs. I feel like once it hits Ezreal, that's where it becomes a little bit tougher. And based on some YouTube analytics, I see that more people are searching for Ezreal content, or at least how to beat the Path of Champions with Ezreal. So I might as well just focus on that. But, you know, let me just show it at least once so you can see exactly what I go through. Again, you see that it grants tough, which is totally okay. I'm able to block that 1 unit, and taking 3 to the dome is totally okay. If I summon a unit right now, they might have that 2-drop, 2-cost card that will deal 4 to my 2 units and my Nexus, so I rather just use that blank attack. And since I can't develop too much right away, I rather just get rid of the powder kegs, right? That tough comes in handy so much there, as now I am starting to slowly build the keywords on my units. They try to attack, but I don't want to give them that plunder effect to level up the Gangplank, so I'm okay with dealing a little bit of damage. Where would I put it? I rather put it there and only attack with that unit. Is that correct? Yes. Just to make sure that I should have honestly attacked with that 2-drop first, since it would have given me 2 impact as opposed to 1. I used my Concerted Strike from a long time ago to get rid of that Gangplank. I don't want the Gangplank to be there, since its spell will then start being really useful with that powder keg, so I rather just make sure that we don't suffer from that. I'm trying to see if I should use the Remembrance, because at this point I don't have much left, so I might as well use it, give everything Scout, which honestly is not really going to help too much in this situation. But I'm going to block a little bit, knowing that, well, I can't avoid getting struck in the Nexus because their board is too wide. So why would I block the rest of the attacks and, you know, kill my units? I'd rather just do exactly what I'm doing right now, which is keep a slightly wide board for them. And you can see here that they're going to try to kill it and do a lot of damage to the Nexus. I'm trying to see if there's anything that I can do, and I can't even tell, because the Go Get It is a random effect for my Tornado Warrior, so I don't want to use it. Instead, I rather do this to ensure that all my people have impact again. I'm going to use my Scout ability to possibly go for the first attack, knowing that they will block. But then I decide, you know what? They're going to block the right way anyway. There's no point. Usually it works with humans, but with AI, they're always going to block. They're always going to play the same way. So I'd rather just go for one full attack instead of me, you know, taking time for them to be able to act on something, or for them to, you know, draw. I might as well just go for the blank attack. I summon more things just to make sure that I am on the board, and this Gangplank hit is going to hurt so bad, so I decide to use the tough as much as possible, right? I know this is going to hurt. Check out this damage. 5. Oh my gosh, 5, and I had a tough. But being able to block both gives me the Remembrance, which, you know, drops down that 5. I really wish I was able to get the Lady, because if I got the Lady, it was going to give me tough and lifesteal and basically call this game a wrap. But now I'm kind of stuck in this situation where I don't know what to do. But the Go Get It, amazing with the epic ability, I'm able to now copy this cloud guy twice. Check this out. Summons him, and then it gets recalled, summons another guy. Look at my impacts. 6 impact, right? They're trying to kill one of my dudes. What else can I do except retreat, maybe? I retreat my cloud guy. Totally okay, because now I'm able to summon a cloud guy, right? Why use mana when I can, even though it's a little bit slower, use that. Totally okay. What else can I do, right? They had the card. Who cares? Because check out the impacts. I have 8 impact. I have 9 impact, 10 impact on some of my dudes. And even though they're able to beat this, who cares? I have 10 impact. I am gonna do 58 damage. Check out this hit. Boom. Easy game. It always goes like this with Gangplank, so please just remember, for Gangplanks especially, use any small ticking stuff, so like anything that deals 1 or 2 to the nexus or to units, right? Make sure that you have that. Enfeebling Strike is such a good ability for this run. But outside of that, you know, please have fun with Gangplank. Keep trying, because Ezreal is usually the tougher one. So take care, and I shall see you guys next time. Peace.